Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm popping on to do a quick update on what's happening in the collective. This is the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor, the Rider-Waite Smith, and I've got these uh what's it called? Angels of Atlantis Oracle cards. Okay, so listen, we got patience, we got Daughter Spirit, and Yin Yang. Definitely some shit getting organized. Okay, this is why what you've been waiting on has not happened yet. It wasn't time. Nothing you could have done could have rushed this. It was teaching you patience, because that's what people seem to be lacking nowadays. Honestly, we know what we need and we want it so badly. We counteract it coming in. It's not on our time. Things have to line up accordingly. So we have a 22 here with yin yang. Okay, some shit had to be put into perspective, put into balance, sifted, weighed, take a little bit off the top, add a little more, get the shit together. Okay, patience. That's resembling that temperance card. Like, it is a clock sitting right there. So at a particular time, on a particular day, in a particular season, we have Daughter Spirit. You think you were ready for what you wanted, but you weren't. You weren't. For whatever reason, you were not in a position to actually receive what it is that you've been manifesting. Maybe you had to do a little more growing. Maybe you had to do a little bit more sowing. Maybe you had to clear your plate, relieve some pressure, take off some stress, shift around your priorities, change your lifestyle, whatever. But it's showing. This shit gonna come in at you. It's gonna come. What you normally wouldn't take, what you normally wouldn't do, what you normally wouldn't accept, is coming at you. And you have a chance to boss up and do it different, to accept it different. You're almost attempting to block the manifestation from coming in attempt to protect it. You feel like you've fortified something and you've made this stance. You have to be fluid in order for it to actually combust, for it to actually react. In chemistry, you can have these two elements separate from one another. It's time to do the experiment, and you almost don't want to mix them because you know it's about to provide a reaction that you may not be completely ready for. You don't know if it's going to be, hell, you've never mixed these two elements together. You've never done this type of experiment, and you're really just going off the cuff. So it's almost as if you're not sure if it's going to spill over or make a smoke cloud. Like, you don't know what the product is of this manifestation, of this experiment, of these two elements blending and mixing together. Don't block the manifestation. This is telling you to be allowing. This is telling you to release a little bit of your guard. You have to descend into a 3 energy from this 4 energy. This 4 energy is what's keeping you dormant. This 4 energy is what's blocking the manifestation, because subconsciously, you know, you've already been fortifying your spirit. You've already been training. You've already had patience. You've already restricted yourself enough to keep your thoughts from running amok, to keep your actions from disrupting the manifestation that's coming through. You're in a preparation stage. Your spirit is ready to meet you here, to meet you at the moon. And this may be the new moon that's coming, or it could also be the full moon. That looks more like a full moon to me, towards the end of the month. So whether you physically or consciously are aware, you're actually ready for this manifestation to come in. You've actually been preparing for it. This is why you had to wait. That patience, that door to spirit, yin yang, the spirit has to meet the physical. So right now, you have this energy, strength, and the Fool, and you could use the Emperor and the Magician to take powerful action, to be self-governing, and actually go through with the action it takes to manifest with what is coming in. But you have these underlying energies of complacency, apathy, and resistance, blocking. You're so used to what comes into you being on some bullshit that you don't actually feel like you're gonna want to accept what's coming in, not knowing that it's in alignment. This resistance is in a lesser degree of what's coming in, so you won't be able to actually block it. If this was a Nine of Swords, it may have been a little strong. Nine of Wands, it may have been a little stronger. But you're not. This, you're gonna feel the resistance. You're gonna feel the tug of war. You're gonna feel it, right? And this here, this is no match for what's coming in. So it's best that you change your attitude, because with your attitude change, like, look, it's coming in. Okay, it's coming in. And it's best that you get ready to accept, because Sandalphon is bringing in these planetary cycles. Like I said, it wasn't your time. Things had to align in a specific way. We have the moon here indicating a sense of time. But we also have this could have been the Aries full moon that we just had that is bringing this shit in. The momentum is picking up. The friend requests are picking up. The clients are coming in. And you're so used to what was that what is and what is going to be is much harder to fathom. Mercury is about to go retrograde. That's this energy here. This is Mercury in Sag, but this is Mercury blocking, defending, slowing down, stalling, halting. Don't get it misconstrued. This is Mercury retrograde pre-shadow energy coming in now, in the now, so you may not perceive what's coming in to its fullest embodiment, because your logical mind isn't being able to compute what's actually to come of it. But we have freedom here with Uriel. Shout out to Flight Boss. And we have Metatron here with Miracles. So Gabriel with Balance. So it's time to heed the call. It's time to get it popping. It's time to go ahead and admit to yourself that you've been patient enough, and that patience has almost turned into an unwillingness to believe that it's still going to happen, that it's still going to come through. When that message comes in, and it may be from someone you know with this Page of Wands energy, or someone that you're not automatically defensive of, but you're not in full knowing of what to expect. The moon is behind you. Subconsciously you're ready. But it's this here that you're trying to defend your defensiveness. Make use of it. Let this be under the surface as discernment. Allow this to still exist without it blocking what you can do with it. Just here. You know that your spirit is discerning. You know that you have that in place. Okay? So let this be secondary to your power. But they work hand in hand. We're not going to omit this. I'm not telling you to not have your guard, because you always have to protect yourself. Okay? There's the armor on the outside. So that is like your barrier. That's like your auric field. This is what it is. And this is your emotional body. You know what you know. and you feel what you feel, do not let that be the reason why you can't manifest fully at this time. This is coming in. This tower energy, some shit popped off somewhere else and the levee broke. The levee broke, the information is coming in. These are downloads. These are intuitive hits. These are, if you have mediumship abilities, this is messages from the beyond, from the underworld. This is messages from loved ones. This is long lost friendships, connections, people who know people. And it's exactly the momentum and the juice that you need to do what the fuck you've been preparing to do spiritually. Unconsciously. This is behind the veil. This is behind the veil. You've been doing this. And this is a yin-yang energy. This is Uranus and the sun. This is Aquarius in strength. Aquarius and Leo. They are opposites, but they work hand in hand. They work in tandem. And we have this yin-yang. We have the unexpected energy, that spontaneity, along with knowing when to give, when to recede, when to hold back, when to apply force. This is a very balanced energy, and it supports this fool. So you got it coming on both sides. In your outer external world, the magician is physical manifestations of all the elements coming together. This is where you have a materialization of something that's tangible. You can actually see it, feel it, know it. The work done here with these elements provide proof that's stable, that assure your position as emperor, sitting on this motherfucking throne. And you have worked hard spiritually, etherically for it. Even the colors. This is will, drive, courage. And you still have that. This is sacral chakra. This is that creativity, allowing it to flow. This 4 energy is kind of solid. You're going to have to loosen the reins just a little bit, because there's a lot of energy happening in that damn solar plexus. On both sides of the moon, both sides of the veil. Yellow is also associated with the mind, the intellect, the mental body. So even though you don't have it all figured out yet, you know who you are within the sacral chakra. You know thyself to a certain extent. You have lineages and generations and ancestors behind you that confirm this position that you actually are in. This is, you're solid. When I say loosen the reins, I don't mean go out here and fuck for something. I don't mean go out here and let your sexual creative energy flow all over somebody's son or somebody's daughter. What I'm saying is, this is the feelings. This is the lineage. This is childhood and past life related emotions and feelings. This is not a love-based place. This is a passion. This is a creation type of place. And this is what's being called to be used. Somebody is soliciting your attention. They want to add to something you're doing, or they want to include you into something they're doing that fits perfectly into what you're already manifesting. Four and 7, that's 11. So even this is divine. Like I said, don't omit this. You can use this to your benefit. There are no negative cards in the fucking tarot deck. They all have a purpose and they all have a fucking use at any given time. You can shift, sort, and rearrange the way the fuck you use them and apply them. I just knocked these damn cards, and look at that. Damn temperance. Just like that patience. Door to spirit. So your gifts, your talents, your abilities, it don't matter how spiritual you are, or if you're in this community, if you record on YouTube, don't matter, none of that shit. Because spirit is something that's innate. It doesn't configure in only one shape, form, or fashion. You don't just have to slang cards and be a maverick with this shit in order to except spirit. Right. And there's the sun too. So it could be in your music. It could be in your podcast. It could be in your gifts and your trinkets and the things that you create in your clothing line and your boutiques. Sell the motherfucking lashes. But do that shit. Do that shit in such a way that your manifestations are being actualized. Because the shit you've been doing ain't been helping. You've been blocking spirit and you've been blocking the physical. So on both sides, you might have felt blocked in the dark, not knowing what the fuck is coming, not knowing what to do with it. Just do. Just fucking do. You have the power, you have the strength, and you have the protection to move freely, to do what you want to do. When you have the thought, you can put action behind it. You can. Oh shit. This is all of my damn phone and stuff. My bad. So yeah. I ain't mean to fuss or nothing. I'm sorry. I get a little passionate about my shit. But you have major help. Gabriel. He's on the fucking judgment card. This is balance though. It's a mix of energies. Things are well in order for now. You can take the fucking call. You can take the message. If this is a reconciliation does not mean getting back with a person or chopping it up or not. Just have the conversation. Have the conversation. Let it be put into perspective. Don't approach it like this. Don't approach it like this. But you have this if necessary. You can use this if necessary. If it goes in a direction that goes against your manifestations or goes against the positivity that you know you have coming in, you can use these energies. But don't let this be a determining factor whether you manifest or not. Have that conversation. Accept that gesture. Take it and see. Take it and create with it. That's the thing about my manifestors, especially the ones that watch this channel. You're going to make use of everything the fuck you've received. That's pain, that's heartbreak, whatever. It has a use. It has a benefit. We're transmuting energy around this motherfucker. This is what our universe does. This is what our creator does.